I'm super excited to bring Carina Tannenberg onto the show for this episode. My absolute favorite acupressure mat. So much more comfortable than you would have ever when you could ever imagine. And they actually, Bed of Nails has other products that I really like. And I'm really attached to their pillow. I use it on my lumbar, my neck. It's been really, I used it in the car driving yesterday, and this is my favorite acupressure mat. So I wanted to have Karina on because I wanted her to talk a little bit about the mat, the why it's different from others that you might have seen, and also a little bit about her story, her health journey, and how she created this. So Karina is beautiful on the outside and the inside. She really just glows of health and vitality, so you will pick up on that, I am sure, in the episode. And we wanted to also offer a discount code. So if you're interested in checking out Bed of Nails, there is a link in the description of the show, and you can use Nourished15 to get your discount on any products that you may decide. If it's a full body yes from you and you really want to make sure that you get these products, you get a discount. So Nourished15. I hope you enjoy the episode as much as I enjoyed talking to Karina. Welcome to the show, Karina. I'm so excited to talk to you about Bed of Nails and a little bit about your story too.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. I'm so curious to see what you have to say about the bed of nails too.
So super excited to get my Bed of Nails and to try it out. So I'm super excited to tell you how that's been too. And when you and I first started talking, I thought I didn't need the pillow. I was like, oh, I'll just get the travel mat. I'll just start. And so I got the mat, which is easily made into a travel mat. And
Yeah,
right, you've got it.
this is the travel mat.
So easy, which I'm excited. Yeah, so you just take the insert out of this one. And
Yeah, so this one has coconut fiber inside.
yeah, wonderful, right? And then the pillow, I've actually been obsessed with the pillow. And I've been using it, and so we'll talk a little bit about that. But I thought we might start by just talking about, what is this? Why is the Bed of Nails so helpful for our healing? I'm most excited because it's so nourishing to the nervous system. So, yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what it is first.
So this is based on an ancient Indian technique, which has been around for thousands of years, acupressure.
Mhm.
It's not acupuncture. Acupuncture punctures the skin. Acupressure just puts pressure points. So you see these little thousands of pointy, we call them nails, spiky things, but it's not, that doesn't penetrate the skin. It's actually rounded. So it just sits on your skin. So if I push here, you can see a little indent there.
Mhm.
That's putting acupressure on pressure points in your body. So you can do like a treatment at home instead of running to the acupuncturist all the time. You have this at home and you can do treatments every day. And
Mhm.
what happens when you stimulate these acupressure points in your body, you release oxytocin and endorphins, which are pain blockers. So it's very helpful, like an instant pain reliever.
Mhm.
So the moment you lay down, the other, like you feel a little bit of pain from this, but it's like a feel good pain.
Yeah.
It's not like an awful pain. It's like a nice pain. But
Yes.
then the other pain you wanted to get rid of, that goes away.
Right.
Maybe, I mean, I'm not saying that it's permanently going away, but temporarily you get a relief. But
Mhm.
also because tension creates pain, and you lay on these, you actually relieve tension that will become more permanently if you keep doing it. That will also relieve your initial pain. It should start relieving your initial pain more permanently as well, because tension creates pain, pain creates tension. It becomes a vicious circle, and you can break that pattern by laying on nails like this.
Right. Yes.
Another thing that happens when you lay on these, it's an
Mhm.
instant stress reliever, because
Right.
when you lay on nails like this, your body goes into the parasympathetic nervous system, and it takes you into that instant deep relaxation. You may be super stressed or like I can't calm down. You lay on these, you're like instantly, you're like, "Ooh." It like it does it for you. It's
Right.
amazing.
Right.
So gurus in India used to use this to reach a higher meditation because it really helps to shut off your thoughts. So I use it for meditation in the morning. I use it for sleep, helping me to go to sleep in the evening.
Hmm.
During the day, I use it when I work to be more focused because it kind of helps your mind to be more present and focused.
Right. Which is what has happened with me. So when I first got the mat, and I will say I mean, not anxious to lay on it, but I was wondering how badly it's gonna. And I'm really short, so I can get most of the mat covers from like head to below my bottom. So I didn't want to put a ton of weight on my bottom. And so I was doing this sort of crab crawl looking thing where I was lowering my whole body on it. And it really it does not hurt. It is not, it's you can feel it. You can feel the spikies, but it's not like it hurts. And so I was there for maybe 10 minutes the first time. And then I've started putting it where I even was standing on it in front of my red light. And then I was in an all day workshop on Sunday and Monday. And so I used the pillow the first day. I just grabbed the pillow and I had it under my feet at first. And then all day I kept moving it like under my lower back, behind my shoulders. And I just felt like I was doing something for my nervous system. I was doing healthy things, even though I was online on this training all day. And it felt it's almost addicting. I will say that it gets easier and like the spikes, I don't even really notice the spikes right now. Last night I laid down. It's so good for stress release right before bed. So great for focus, great for stress release. So I laid on it for probably 20 minutes last night. And then I told you I'm really attached to the pillow. I usually do some journaling and meditation right before bed. And so I had it behind my neck when I was journaling. And then I felt like doing a little bit of yoga nidra. So I laid down to do some yoga nidra and some meditation. I've yet to do yoga nidra where I don't fall asleep immediately after anyway, but I felt like I had this in my lower back, the pillow on my lower back. And I just felt like I have good sleep generally anyway, but I just felt like I just immediately was so sleepy and went straight to sleep and had a great night's sleep. So I that has been my experience with the bed of nails mat and pillows so far. Just really how quick it is and how much your body craves it was the surprising part to me.
Yeah, no, it's true. People do get addicted to it. For it's funny because usually the people that are most against it, that are like, no, I'm never going to touch that. I'm never going to try that. There's no way I'm going to lay on those things. And they're like, oh my God, I love it. I can't get enough. Like I want it every day. It's my me time. It's like I'm looking forward to it. Like it feels so good.
Mhm.
I guess you can compare it a little bit about those people who do the cold baths.
Yeah,
The
the cold
first time
plunging.
they're like, oh no, I'm never going to do that. But then it becomes this sensation afterward. They feel so amazing, you know. But this is way easier than a cold bath.
It is easier than a cold plunge. I can tell you that for sure. And what's so easy about it is you can have it on hand.
Mm,
So, and I was thinking about that this morning, how my things that I've had on hand, when the kids were little, I had all the medicines and stuff. And then it went to more vitamin C and elderberry syrup. This to me is what I would immediately get this out if you started feeling run down, drained, like you're getting a cold or starting to feel sick.
mm.
This would be a much better option to just have on hand than any kind of supplement or medicines. Even though I really like food, this is even better for your nervous system, I believe.
Well, the thing is, what makes us sick is usually because we're stressed.
Yes.
When we stress, I think it's like 95% of our brain activity is like wasted, or we can't take up nutrition. We we make ourselves sick when we're stressed. That's the number one cause of death in America, is based on it's coming from stress, basically. Um, what this does, it takes the body back to where it should be. We could start the day pretty good, and then we kind of mess it up over the day. It's like I look at my body, the meridians in my body, like there it's clear, and then it becomes like traffic jams all over my body throughout the day with all the stress and all the to-do lists and all the, maybe the food and, the way we live. And then I lay on this, and it's like it just unravels all that. It's like rebooting my computer or like putting all the meridians back into normal flow, resetting my body,
That's
bringing
a
it back to where it should be.
That's a great analogy. All the, like, traffic jam, knotted up, all the and then it's just untangling. It really does feel like it's untangling
Yeah.
everything in the nervous system. It's just shifting you into that parasympathetic state that I
Mhm.
think we use, breathing and meditation. This takes it to a whole deeper level, and
Yeah.
I believe really, not just quickly, but easily.
Yeah, it's pretty instant actually. That's what surprises most people, that it's like instant. The moment you lay down, you give it maybe a minute or two, and then it's happening.
Yeah,
It does you don't need much time. And if for someone who's never tried this,
yeah.
I would compare it a little bit like with doing yoga or exercise, how you feel afterwards. Because if I use it in the morning or when I work, I'm more focused during the day. It kind of picks me up. If I do it in the evening, it makes me sleepy and I want to go to sleep. Same thing if I do yoga in the evening, I sleep much better. If I do yoga, around lunchtime, work better after lunch.
Mhm.
So it pretty much puts you where you should be. It's like you're not supposed to be tired and stressed. You're supposed to be relaxed and energized. And you
Right.
can be both at the same time.
Right. And I always say that the best pharmacy in the world is inside of us. It's our nervous system. And so when the nervous system has what it needs, and it really does feel like when you lay on the mat, it feels like it's docking your body, recharging you. And then when the body works really well and the nervous system has is supported like that, you get the best chemicals. You can't even buy chemicals as good as we can make in our own body. So the oxytocin, all of the dopamine, all the feel good hormones and neurotransmitters, everything works a lot better. So that's why you're energized when you need to be, and you're tired and sleepy when it's time to do that. So yeah,
Yeah, so it's not these products, it's not the bed of nails that is doing it. It aids the body to do it,
that's
to go
right.
back. It gives the body permission to be what it's supposed to be doing,
Right.
because it's kind of removing all that stress that is preventing your body from doing what it's supposed to be
That's
doing.
right. And we mentioned that it's, within a minute you can experience relief, but I think it's interesting. I know people will say, well, how long do I have to lay on that thing to get benefits? So maybe we should talk about that. What's a good time range depending on what you're trying to heal in the body or
Well,
support?
I would say definitely at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We say like 10 to 20 minutes, it's a good. But you can lay as long as you want. But it takes those first few minutes, like I would say like the first minute you feel like the spikes. It's I call it a little spicy feeling, right? And then you feel the blood start flushing flowing in your body. And then after that, after a couple of minutes, you start to feel that oxytocin kicking in, and you just feel so relaxed and you don't want to get up. You just want to stay there. It feels really good.
Hmm.
If you then starts moving, that kind of starts over. Then you're going to start feeling the nails again. So you do want to lay still. You don't have to do anything. This is the nails are doing the work for you. You just lay still. And then after like I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, then you're like almost getting into that little bit of euphoric feel. And because of the circulation and the blood flow, you get more nutrition and oxygen coming into your cells.
Right. It helps
So
the
this is
body
when
move.
the rejuvenation and the healing starts working.
Hmm. So yeah, so a good 20 minutes, I think, if you're trying to do deeper cellular healing. Um,
Yeah.
and this is
And
something,
daily is really, I mean, even if you do it once in a while, it's beneficial. But if you do it like daily,
Yeah,
you're gonna see a bigger difference, of course. Because
right.
if you make that daily ritual, it's really helping.
Consistency.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I can see because of the work that I do, it's gonna help with digestion, it's gonna help with mood, like, oh, so the more consistent you can be. And most
Mhm.
of the people that I work with, they're willing to do lots of things, but they already do a lot of things. They already, they exercise, they do this is something that I think every household should have a bed of nails mat, at least one for
It's funny you say that because I'm from Sweden,
right.
and this product is, originally from Sweden.
Mhm.
And, when we first started in 2009, just word by mouth, it was the most sold item on the market for the holidays. And today it's a household item. All Pretty much every Swedish household has some sort of acupressure mat today.
And how
Yeah,
is stress in Sweden? Like, I was just saying that, and we always think of happy people in Sweden. That's the
despite the dark
stereotype.
winters.
It's yeah, that's the truth though. I mean, it definitely the reputation is that people are happy and healthy and health oriented, even with these winters that can be dark. and and
Yeah.
so I just wondered if you had any other thoughts about that because people are so willing, maybe, or
I don't know. I grew up here, so maybe there are things that I don't see because I take them for granted. But I think, our people came up north and we weren't afraid to try things. We had to for survival, and cold winters and short days in the winters, like you have to come up with solution to keep healthy. So we have the sauna, we have the cold plunges.
funding.
And
Mhm.
I guess that's why this was easy to introduce in Sweden. People weren't afraid of it because they aren't afraid to try things like this.
Right.
Maybe that's why but this is just my take.
Yeah,
My
but
thought.
I love that because that is really what I think people are craving right now is this sense of wellness and well-being. And I
Yeah, we're not
actually
afraid to get uncomfortable.
yeah,
You're
e
not, you can find amazing results.
exactly.
If you
That
stress the plant, it will become stronger.
that's right. And purposefully stress, like all the nonsense stress that we have in our
No, no,
life.
no, I meant stress like cold
Yes.
winters,
Well,
you
yeah,
know, anything that makes you a little stronger. If your life is
yeah,
too easy, you become weaker.
like
I mean,
Cormy's.
it's
Yes.
the challenges that makes us strong, right?
That's right. That's exactly right, and that's why that's what I'm trying to reiterate for people, which I think people will get. And so when you first started thinking about this product, how did this come about for you?
Yeah, I tried a similar product, and this has been around for thousands of years. The original bed of nails with actual nails.
Right.
Uh, but that's acupressure, and acupuncture became more known.
Mhm.
Acupressure hasn't been as known. Honestly, actually, when you do massage, it's a kind of acupressure, but it's a very smooth. And you have to go to treatment to get it, but you feel really good after massage, and you would love to have a massage therapist at home all the time, right?
Right.
So, and it doesn't really maybe go into the like acupressure points like that.
Mhm.
So I tried this similar product, but I found it to be quite painful because it was a similar one with a lot less nails. Their nail plates were just 25 on each. I have 42 on mine.
Mhm.
But with that company, I contacted them and said I want to bring this to the US. But we parted ways because I really wanted to make it more comfortable, and I had my vision of doing the eco version where we use really eco materials.
Eco-friendly, yeah, it's
Yeah.
sustainable.
So with the
Yeah.
42 nails per nail plate, you get more treatment,
Uh-huh.
but it's also comfortable. It's not painful.
Right. Right.
So that was important to me. I mean, you still feel it. You're supposed to feel it, but there's no more. It's not more beneficial because it's painful. It's
Mhm.
actually more beneficial when you have more nails because you have more acupressure points stimulated.
Right, and I would think you have the weights more evenly distributed, and so that way it's not.
That's why.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, so you were kind of playing with a similar product because of your own health, or you were curious?
Yes, I had some shoulder and back issues, and I had a lot of stress in my life,
Mhm,
and then I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and so I just decided I wanted to just devote my life to health, and I did a lot of research for myself, and this is also during the time I discovered and developed this product, and then at first I just did it for me, but then
mhm,
I realized I don't want to work. I used to work in film, and it was a very stressful environment. And I just didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to devote my life to finding a health product that works for everybody.
mhm,
And I didn't want it to be this weird bed of nails acupressure mat that only like gurus and yogis used. I wanted it to be a mainstream product because the people who really need it are the people that may not go to the health food store and find these. I wanted it to be accessible for everybody.
mhm.
So I managed to get it into Bed Bath and Beyond. So that was my first big retailer, and there I could reach out to mainstream people, and
Yeah,
yeah, and
and
then
then
slowly became more and more famous.
right, yeah, so this was really so there was something else on the market, but it wasn't it from
It
Russia
was
or
only in Sweden. It was only in Sweden,
only in Sweden?
it was quite painful.
Right.
So that one I brought to the US, but then we decided to part ways because we had very different ways of thinking about
Thinking
this.
yeah, so this one and I love that that you use eco-friendly,
Yeah.
materials. I mean, everything feels so good and clean and yeah.
So there is buckwheat hulls in here.
Mhm,
Yeah, you can actually decide how much you want in there. You can remove some or add some to make it more sturdier or not. And the mat has coconut fiber inside. You
mhm,
can here. Uh, the linen fabric is organic, 100% organic linen fabric, and the nails are non-toxic, 100% recyclable. So it's very important to that you use safe plastic because you put this straight on your skin too.
mhm.
We have looked into having non-plastic, but I mean, I haven't given up, but anything biodegradable will biodegrade under your salty skin.
Right, right, so you want something durable.
Yeah, these will biodegrade eventually. So they're non-toxic, so they're not dangerous for the environment, and they can be recycled. So
Right, so you yeah, as best you can with the
yeah, if
materials
we
that
don't have a healthy environment, we can't be healthy either. It goes hand in hand.
right. Yeah, and so I'm really curious about this switch in your life. Like you bring this product, but you also, I mean, having a cancer diagnosis is pretty scary, can be very scary for people. It's a wake-up call, and it sounds like it was a wake-up call for you to shift your whole life.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't know if you want to share any more about that, what that process has been like for you.
Well, it's interesting because at the time when I was working so stressful and in movies and all that, and I just every day I know I kept asking for a change in my life.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I didn't pronounce it out, but I knew that feeling like in the evenings, in the morning, I can't keep it going like this. I need a change. And, people say, be careful what you ask for, but I asked for it and I got it. And it sounds like it's something I didn't want, but it's been a huge gift for me. And of course, I survived. So I'm
Right.
very grateful, but
Right.
it's also been a huge change for me. And it just made me to who I am today, and I'm so grateful for that. I
Mhm.
really, I really am. I don't want to change anything of what I went through. I
Mhm.
feel like I'm Carina 2.0 instead of Carina 1.0.
Yeah.
I'm like I upgraded after that.
And honestly, yeah, I think. I can relate to that feel, and you look so healthy and vibrant, and I know sometimes looks can be deceiving, but it really feels like you glow from the I know that not everybody's gonna see this on YouTube, so they have to go over to YouTube to see you, but, or go to the website or whatever to see, but you really do seem to glow from the inside out, and I think that is something there you can't put a price tag on that. That is a feeling, a frequency that you vibrate into the world.
Well, thank you for saying that. I do feel that way.
Mhm.
Um, I can't say I don't still have stress in my life. Of course I do. I mean, I've been traveling a lot. There's been a lot, having running your own company, it's a lot of work. And sometimes I even forget to use my better nails because I'm stressed. But it's ever since I started, every day, even if it's super hard, and sometimes I never once feel like I don't enjoy what I do. And that keeps me going so much. And because I feel such purpose with it, and I so believe in it, and I feel like it's something I cannot not do. Like I have to do it. I
Mhm.
want to share this.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's beautiful.
Everybody to feel good, or at least had the chance to be good. I mean, if we don't have our health, we don't have anything.
True.
And our body is what keeps, if we don't have our body, we can't be here.
Right.
So I want to support my body and my health as much as I can, and this has been a wonderful way to do it, and I want to share that.
Yeah. And I think for people that are like, "Well, you can do it, but I can't do it." I've interviewed enough people. Like anybody can make health their priority and
Mhm.
shift things and really start working on their stress resilience because the stress doesn't go away. You can change things in your life for sure if it's not aligned with your soul. Yeah, yes, make the changes, but the
Mhm.
stress will still come. But the nervous system being able to meet life on life's terms, being able to handle that stress and have the tools that help recharge your body. I mean, that's how we do it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, we didn't used to we're not supposed to live this way, constantly on a stress, like, trying to, run away from things, or, like, getting things done. It's like a constant, so the body knows how to turn on the stress,
Yep.
get things done, but it's not as good as turning it off.
Mhm.
So, and we need to turn it off so that we have a break in between, and this is a great tool for that. It's instant. So we can reset.
Yeah.
So we don't, like, my sister, when she got her kids, it's like it was a lifesaver for her, because it's like go, 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 2 kids, go, 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 go. Okay, they have a nap. Okay, I have 30 minutes to take a nap myself. How am I gonna do that? I'm so stressed. I can barely make myself stop breathing heavily.
Right.
So that's when I started, and I gave her the bed of nails, and she's like, It's a lifesaver. Now I get minute 1 to 30. When they're napping and I'm on my bed of nails, I get those full minutes.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's really how I felt too with work. Because even though we've moved to this virtual, which I love because you're in Sweden right now, I'm in Florida in the United States.
I love
This is so cool
it.
that we can use the technology, but don't let it consume us and to
Mhm.
still be able to support our bodies in this way as our whole world shifts. I think using ancient wisdom to help heal the body now and use materials that are available. I mean, it just seems like a very exciting time to be on the planet.
I know. I mean, that we mastered a lot of things, but the stress we haven't. And
Yeah.
to use ancient wisdom to treat modern issues, like, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's the ancient meets the future. I love that.
I do too. I think that's what we're trying to bring to the world. I think that's what you're doing. That's what I'm trying to bring to the world is say, we're not going to get rid of a lot of the modern, and we don't want to really, a lot of the modern advances, right? But we do wanna get to a place where we can really the stress goes down and
Yeah, manage it.
we're
Mhm.
managing the stress differently. So I'm on a mission to help do that. So I'm grateful that you're here on a mission to do that.
That's why we have an elephant as our logo.
Ah,
It's representing ancient wisdom from India.
mhm. Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of people we elephants are easy to love. So
Mhm,
it's kind of
mhm.
a
They've
loved
been around forever.
yeah. Yeah, and they have a great memory, apparently.
Mhm.
Yeah, so are there other parts of, what nourishes your body, mind, soul? Things that have been really helpful in your shifting?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I was already doing yoga back then, but I went into more yoga, meditation, Reiki, eating eating very healthy. What
Mhm,
I put in my body, it's very important. I
mhm.
don't I feel like I'm abusing it if I, don't eat well. But of course, you gotta live too. It's not
Right,
like I'm like, don't wanna, like, enjoy life and do those things as well.
right.
But depending on where my health is, during that time, I was very strict.
Mhm,
Yeah, but I learned a lot about it,
mhm,
and I feel richer for it.
mhm. Yeah.
There's a lot we can do, but of course, love going on hikes, beach
Okay.
walks, running on the sand barefoot, best thing ever.
Right, well, then you're earthing too.
When
And
I'm in California.
yeah, yeah. I think there's so many things, and a lot of it has to do with either ancient wisdom or nature or both. So
Yeah, so when I'm in Sweden and it's snowy, I love going out in the woods and just look at the trees, and I
mhm.
can even hug them sometimes.
I think
Uh, I
yeah.
yeah, I just need trees and nature. It's so important for my health.
Yeah. And every single person I think that I've interviewed, almost every person, I mean, nature is a big part of what
Mhm,
really helps us feel connected to our essence, soul, whatever people want to call that.
mhm,
Yeah. And health and healing. Yeah.
mhm,
Beautiful. Even while traveling, because you've been doing a lot of traveling. And I think sometimes everybody, well, not everybody wants to travel. I think of like, I love travel, but it's hard on my body. So for
mhm,
me to really find these tools that help me no matter where I am, and part of that is just being outside in nature, whatever the weather is fine. You just get in it is my motto. But
mhm.
also having these tools, I imagine that's very helpful with your
Yeah, I was traveling last year. I had 15 places I went to,
wow.
sleeping in 15 different beds, 15 airlines. Um, but of course, I have my travel mat with me,
Yeah.
which rolls up really, so you can really take your bed of nails with you, and then you just drape it on your bed. And I usually put like a pillow underneath, like this, and
Yes.
then you have that curved area for your neck. I also This is a strap. I don't think you have this one.
I
It
don't have
rolls
the
up
strap,
like
but
a
it looks
pair of
like I might
socks.
need to get a strap. Okay.
Yeah, so it rolls up like a pair of socks,
Uh-huh.
but it's like a strap like this.
Yeah.
And if you're traveling and you just, you can put it on a bed pillow, and then you have a bed of nails pillow.
Oh, nice. So you just easy
And
to
if
take.
I don't really have migraines so much anymore because of my diet. I really helped with that. But
Yeah.
when I used to, this really helped me. I just tie this around my head, and it helps with migraines.
Okay,
It's really
that's even cute on you. That's I mean, like, I don't know if I'd look that cute with that strapped to my head, but I love that. And that's super easy to use. And I do will make sure that people know they can get a 15% discount, Nourished 15, so they can thank you for
Of
that
course.
offer, and yeah, so people can go check it out and get a discount and see which products they think are gonna make the most sense for their own health and healing. But
Yeah.
I like that little strap.
Yeah. I can just let you know a little bit on how I use the bed of nails.
Yes.
So usually in the morning when I wake up, I use it for about 15 minutes or 20 minutes to start my day.
Mhm.
And that it's like a morning meditation. It just sets my day completely. differently. If I don't use it, I'm kind of all over the place. If I start my day on a bed of nails, I'm more focused. I speak differently to people. My relationship becomes better. I'm so much more focused at work. I'm so much more present. So it really sets my day. So I love doing it in the morning. Then when I work, I put the pillow on my lumbar,
Mhm. Yes.
and it just helps to keep creating that circulation. Even if I sit all day working, I still have the blood flow, and the nutrition and oxygen will go to the cells. I put another one. I usually use two, so I have one underneath my feet. You just
Uh-huh.
put your feet like that, and then you get the zone therapy, because underneath your feet you have a lot of all of your organs have like acupressure points, like your kidney, your liver, and all that. So it's great to just put your feet on here. You can
Mhm.
also stand on the mat.
I did. Yes,
Yes,
yesterday.
you did. Yes, you did.
Yes.
And then, if you do go on a workout, it's great for after the workout, for
Mhm.
restore, and to like loosen up tight muscles. So you can do that while you watch TV or read the paper or listen to a podcast or something.
Right.
And then before bedtime, I use the bed and the pillow together, and it just puts me to sleep after a couple of minutes.
Right.
It's great like that. You also, if you don't have the pillow, as I said, you can just put this like this, and then
Mhm.
you have your neck, so it will come like it will curve.
And support your neck if you just use one of your own pillows, right? Yeah, and cover it with the mat.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
And then we have this little cute, here's the elephant.
Get the elephant design.
Give
Oh,
your stress wings and let it fly away.
I love that. I even
Yeah.
brought the pillow in the car yesterday because I was driving for it's probably about a 40-minute drive.
Oh, it's great
It's
for
like
that.
great for the drive. Right. I just
Yeah.
had the pillow in my lumbar area. Oh, and my
Um,
little bag. Yes, it comes with a super cute bag that you can
when
carry
I
it.
was in Barbados this last year, this bag was all I had. Like it was like I took this really long beach walks, and all I had was this bag. It doesn't weigh anything. You can put so much stuff in it.
Mhm.
So,
Yes, and it's cute too. It's a
I
great
love the
looking
unit.
bag. It's a great looking bag. Yeah, so that's I think using it multiple times during the day, especially if you're really stressed, this is something that you can do. This is not hard to do.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of offices here, they just keep it in their like what do you call it? The room where all the employees go and take a break, and
Oh
people
yeah, the
just
break room. That's
break.
what
Yeah,
that's what we call it here.
break room.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great for work.
Yeah, much better than the break room with a bunch of sugar that
Yeah.
everybody goes in there to get sugar and caffeine. If you just get on your mat, you'll find that you don't need the sugar and the caffeine to lift you.
Yeah. Some yoga classes have it in the Shavasana,
Yeah, during
and
Shavasana.
some other people use it even for yoga poses.
I can see that that would be very helpful too.
And I don't know if you have Equinox where you are, but it was been laying around Equinoxes. They
Mhm.
have it in their gym there for people
Mhm.
who want to muscle relax.
I love it. I love it. So we'll make sure that there's a link in the description of where they can get it and they can use their Nourished 15, get their discount. So that is there anything we didn't cover that you really wanted to share?
Well, there's a lot to talk about there, but
Yeah.
um, I do want to say also that maybe we did not cover
Yeah.
is that it actually does help with your mood as well, because
Right.
it releases endorphins.
Right.
And I know people who have had panic attacks,
Yes.
um, depression, anxiety, get a lot of relief from using these products.
So I'm so glad that you bring up anxiety, panic attacks, mood. That is what I do. That's what I help people with all the time. And I think most people will think, oh, it's just genetic or it's my life circumstances or, all these things. and they don't realize that it really is about nourishing your nervous system, and there are things that we can do rather quickly. And this is a tool that I would anybody who thinks that their mood isn't quite where they want it to be. So, stress and mood tend to go together, digestion, all those things tend to go together. So, this is something that I think would be really helpful for anybody, really, but especially if you need a tool for feelings of anxiousness or panic attacks, that sort of experience.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. It's just instant, which is really helpful, and it's just easy. You have it right there, and you
Right.
just, you know,
Yeah, because
you just
sometimes you feel like you need to make
put
an
it.
appointment, right? Like, oh,
Yeah.
I've got to get an appointment with my therapist or my massage therapist or my whoever. And this is something, a tool you could have right with you all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
My actress who I feel like she saved my life,
Yes. Yes.
Patricia. She's very good. I mean, she's a Eastern medicine doctor. She also works with Dr. Khan, Adil Khan, who's doing a lot of like stem cell research. Like they're up there and they're doing some really amazing things. But she
Right.
tells all her clients, put your feet on this.
Mhm.
You need to ground yourself. You're up here. This is where the stress is. You're
Mhm.
always up here. You need to ground yourself. Think of your feet. Put your feet on the pillow. We have a different pillow that I don't have here right now that is square.
Mhm.
She loves that one. She likes people, especially people who have their own business and works a lot, to put their feet on there when they work so they don't get too much up here.
Yeah, too much in their heads. That's
Hmm.
yeah, a pretty common experience these days. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm
And
glad that
that's
you brought that up.
balance.
Mhm.
We're supposed to be out and walking on our feet and be in the woods, not just here
That's
all the
right.
time. Numbers and paragraphs.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, well, I've absolutely loved talking to you. I'm so grateful that you came on the show and that we got to talk about this incredible tool and a little bit more about your journey too. Thank you for sharing that.
It was
Uh,
lovely to come on and speak with you.
yeah, and you'll have to let me know when you're coming to Florida if you're anywhere near.
I will certainly do.
We'll get
I'm in
together and
Sweden now, but
run
I
on the
would,
beach.
yes, exactly. It's been kind of cold here, so I would love to come to Florida soon enough. Yes.
Wonderful. We love to see you. So thank you
And
so
you're
much.
welcome to Sweden. It's dark and cold, but it's beautiful too.
I yeah, I'd love that Sweden is on my list. I have never been to Sweden, so I definitely want to get to Sweden. So one day we'll get together in one of these places. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Karina.
Thank you so much. It was really beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.